Ooh, beginning of December 2023, and I'm not going to be riding the bike today, and the main reason for that, I don't know that you can see that, but in the shade we are at the moment sitting at 1 degree above freezing, but it's been freezing overnight. So instead, oh yeah, that's snow on the ground. Not very much of it, but we had a light dusting of snow last night and then it froze, so it's incredibly slippery underfoot. So I'm not going to be out on it today. That's not the only reason though. I was at a bit of a party, a bit of a bash last night. I did have quite a few whiskies, so I'm probably still over the limit. Anyway, there was myself and quite a few other bikers there, and I got asked the question a couple of times, would I do it again? Would I customise and alter a bike as much as I have done this one? Well, to be honest, I don't think I've ever owned a motorcycle, and I've had quite a few over the years, that I haven't altered or customised in some kind of way. And this one's no exception, although I've probably gone a little bit further with this one. But anyway, my answer was, yeah, I'd do it again, but I would do it differently. Now, when I bought this, I bought it second hand, and it had already been altered and customised to a degree, but by using the accessories catalogue rather than using their imagination. And that's what a lot of people seem to do nowadays. They will raid the accessories catalogue and buy a whole load of Triumph, in the case of my bike anyway, a whole load of Triumph specific bits. And that wasn't something I wanted to do. So what would I do different? Well, let's see. There's the first one, and you're looking at it now. That started off life as a Motone tail tidy. I don't think I would have bought that. I would have probably made the bracket up myself, bought a Lucas tail light, converted it to LED, and made it myself for a fraction of the cost. And if you look at mine anyway, I've chopped the Motone. It used to stick out here somewhere, and I've actually chopped the bracket down so that it tucks in nicely. So I would have done that myself. Indicators, the jury's still out on them. I can't decide whether I like the fact that they're tucked in. I don't mind the original Triumph indicators, and they're the only part of the bike that isn't LED at the moment. I keep umming and ahhing about the indicators. At the moment, both rears and fronts are tucked in, and I don't think they look too bad. If I saw a set of indicators that I really like the look of, I may well change them. Suspension, now a lot of people will just go and buy Triumph Scrambler specific suspension and bolt it on. And a lot of it is probably down to fashion. They just want Fox shocks on there now. Fox shocks used to have a shocking reputation back in the days when I rode motocross, and we used to avoid them like the plague. I'm sure they're a lot better nowadays, but anyway, that's something that I did on this bike, and I would do it again. And that's buy shocks for their length, because I wanted to jack the back of the bike up a bit, and they were not shock absorbers for a Triumph. So yeah, I'd do that again. That's something I'd definitely do again. Now, there's a lot of modifications that you can't see. Camshaft, so I'd definitely do that. Air filter, I'd definitely do that. Fork internals, I'd definitely do that. So I'd do all of them again. what else do we have? I had to, of course, take off, and I sold this centre stand because it no longer worked with the taller rear shock absorbers. I suppose I could have welded pads onto that or remanufactured it a bit, so I could still have a centre stand, but I don't really miss it, so that's not a big deal. Now we do have some more bolt-on Triumph accessories here. The engine guards and the front mudguard extension. I think I'd probably do both of those. Back to my modifications, the Preston Petty Universal sump guard. I like that because it's more tucked in than the Triumph one. I suppose, I mean, that would work. That would be very efficient as a sump guard if I were to take the thing off-road, because it's designed for off-road bikes. So if I hadn't have had that lying around in the garage, I may well have gone the aluminium route. I don't know, but I would have changed it, because the original hung down a long way and just made the I wanted to make the bike look taller, and because it's stuck down underneath so much, it didn't, and it was also made of brittle plastic. So that's the real reason why I wanted to change that. Taking bits off, taking a lot of the bling off. Now, a lot of people, when they so-called customise these, they just add bolt-on bits to what they've already got, and I think it's quite a heavy looking bike as standard. So yeah, I would take all the things off, like all the covers that were on the side here, the little heel plate there. My heel goes nowhere near that. I mean, I've not had that heel plate on for well over a year, and there's no scuffs on there, and I wear big heavy duty motocross boots, so if I was going to scuff it, it would be scuffed by now. Exhaust, well, you've seen my trials and tribulations with exhaust systems. I've had obviously the standard exhaust, the Vance & Hines D-Cat, the one that was originally designed for the Street Twin, to make your Street Twin look like a Scrambler, and I've put a different silencer on the end of that, and then I've ended up with two versions of this, the original being dead straight, and then this one that I've kinked in to avoid my leg. So yeah, exhaust, I think everybody does that. The mirrors, again, people, bar end mirrors is what they normally do. I just like them, they're tucked in. You don't see so much behind you, but you can still tell there is something behind you. So they do still work. Where else are we? Yeah, side panels. The jury's a bit out on them, to be honest, because now with this exhaust system, it's pretty tight, tucked in pretty tight, and I'm toying with the idea of aluminium that just fit within the frame. Now this side I can tuck it in quite tight. The other side, not so easy, because there's various relays and bits and pieces that get in the way. We'll have to see on that. Gear levers, that's something else I've messed with. Now I've got one on at the moment that's spaced out away from the engine cases. That way I can get it slightly more horizontal, and I can get me big heavy duty motocross boots underneath it. That's not ideal, but it's not bad. That may well get changed again. Something I would recommend everyone does. I've got a spacer in there. It's a nylon spacer. If you do fall off and thump it, or drop the bike and thump it, you can actually bugger up the internals of your gearbox when you shove that shaft in. So just stick a spacer on there, and that will prevent that. What else do we have? Number plate, front number plate. Yeah, that's staying. It sort of protects the Speedo a bit from the weather. It gives me absolutely zero protection whatsoever, but it works. LED headlight, again, not Triumph specific, it's just of the correct diameter. Yeah, I would do that again. Stuff to go at the moment. Do a little bit of work with that gear lever. Change the handlebars. I've got the new handlebars. That's something that's going to be happening very soon. And indicators, I don't know. I mean, I've tucked the front ones in, and they're the standard indicators. I've just tucked them in a bit more. I'm really not too sure on indicators, but that's part of the fun of motorcycling. It's the fact that you alter it and change it as much as you do and as often as you do. And I've never been able to leave a bike alone. I'm all forever fiddling and doing something. So that keeps you lot entertained. It keeps me entertained as well, because I'm fiddling about with the damn thing. And it's part of it. It's just, I enjoy the tinkering nearly as much as I enjoy riding it. So, for the future, yeah, there will be a few more things happening. Handlebars specifically, that's the main thing. I'm going to do something with that gear lever again, and maybe the side panels, maybe the indicators. As for would I do it again? Yeah, I would do it again. Like I say, I'd do it slightly differently, but I would nevertheless do it again. So the end product would look not dissimilar to this bike. There would just be a few more homemade things rather than shop bought things on it. Right, well, I'm not going to be riding this today, so you're not going to get any riding videos. So thanks for watching. Take care. Please give me a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe, and show your mates and get them to like and subscribe, and go through my back catalogue of hundreds of videos, and you'll see how slowly but surely I've been getting slightly better at this. Well, maybe I've been getting slightly worse, who knows, but you can have a look, and I'll see you soon. Take care.